Today, on the early morning show, the girl that always feared you would abandon her has walked out on you for the 13th time.
Let's cue the rooster and get this show started.
Every time I need this shit, devil make another.
Hey man, if you got something that you believe in and you believe that you can do it and nobody else do, just go for it. It's your life.
My life is moving fast, I gotta slow it down. Yeah, now I got it, they all come around. But when I ain't have it, they nowhere to be found. Yeah, I had to stick with the ones who stay down. And now a lot of people say I changed on them, because I'm whipping in the range on them. I don't think I'm acting different, I just found out that these folks ain't in my interest.
Good morning and welcome to the early morning show. Most relationships start out on an even keel with respect, sensuality, and love. And then all of a sudden, this chick flips her wig and goes rogue on you. Why is this? I mean, completely, why is this? Well, if your girl falls into the category of a woman who faced childhood abandonment, then you have a very big problem on your hands, my friend. And a problem that you wish that you had never gotten yourself into. Some relationships you just can't walk into. Women who face abandonment issues tied to their upbringing are more likely to sabotage their adulthood relationships with men. Just plain and simple. Why is this, you might ask? Even the fact that you came to the rescue her, why would she attack you? Because she has never had a good example of what real love and all-encompassing care actually feels like in her youth. So when you rush in and try to scoop up this abandoned person or hurt puppy, she finds pain in the love you could give instead of comfort. I use the analogy of an injured, feral, or emotionally damaged animal, like a dog or puppy, because human nature reflects the exact same way if you're trying to take love and give it to someone who never truly had human connection in their upbringing. I've never met an adult in my life or in counseling who had an adulthood issue. I've only met adults who have childhood issues. Now, I know this may be hard for some men to believe, but people can feel hurt from love as much as people can feel love from love. If she did not grow up with the love you provide, then she feels that love you're giving is not genuine, that you are a phony. If she didn't see it when she grew up, her mom didn't give it to her or dad, then you must be a phony. She will put you through all sorts of tests and hoops to drive what she feels to be the real unloving person in you to come out so you can reflect her parents that burnt her in her childhood. Although this category of woman searches high and low for the type of man that she loved to be with and give her that type of deep love she wants, she will work hard to try to push this guy away. That way you would codify her abandonment inner issues. So she's trying to get you to abandon her so she can feel the same way she did as a child. This is subconsciously. Now, fear of abandonment in a woman can cause her to make a first strike effort to sabotage a relationship by constantly responding in an anxious or negative way to anything you do. In addition, due to her issues of mistrust of genuine love and her desire to remain single in the relationship, a woman may struggle to be open and intimate with you only, which can lead to the end of a relationship, which leads to the end of many modern day relationships. You have guys all the time, I don't understand women, I give her all that I can, I try to love her. Remember, her abandonment issues do not stem from you, but come from the ghost of her upbringing. There was a time when society believed that boys faced an uphill battle growing up without a father, but at least all boys had a mother. So for years you heard about boys can't operate now because they didn't have a father, but girls face the same weight. Now, girls face an even greater silent hurdle growing up than boys do, that society is scared to mention. This is mainly because girls have a greater than average chance of growing up without a father in the home. That's one. In addition to this, they also lose their mother's maternal care and influence because she is at work all day long trying to keep the home afloat. So she has lost her father that she'll never see and her mother who was never home. At least the boy will see his mother coming home. So where it is true that a boy lacks a male role model, A girl lacks both role models because a boy does not have to adapt to his mother as to how to become a woman, where a girl does. She needs that instinct. But a boy doesn't have to worry about his mother on becoming a woman because he's a man. A single mother who comes home at the end of the day burnt out can neither support her daughter emotionally nor provide her with the constant warm or tender interactions that she needs, leaving her feeling chronic stress and fear. And this is the worst way to be raised as a daughter. The experiences that take place in your woman's childhood development will often continue to spill over into your adulthood relationships. Hence the fact that she will destroy a relationship every chance she gets, even subconsciously, she'll destroy it. Many men will face women they are dating, living with, or married to who want from them what they didn't achieve from their own mothers to add on top of what they didn't get from their fathers. So a guy has got to do it for both ways. He's got to be the woman's mother and father. A man in a relationship today is expected to be the main breadwinner, the cook, the cleaner, and the emotional support for his woman while raising the children she does not want to raise, or she has no idea how to raise them. Her childhood pains that destroy adult love are responsible for many relationships where women end up dating and having babies by Chads and Tyrones. Now they do this instead of what society calls the good men. So on one hand, you'll hear women constantly say, I'm looking for a good man. And once they get him, they destroy him. This category of woman does this because these men are emotionally unavailable, and their aloof behaviors reflect her upbringing more than love ever will. So she's looking for Chad because it reflects her bad father or her bad mother. Now all of us have a tendency to gravitate to what we are used to growing up. This is why in many cases your woman with abandonment issues is exactly what you subconsciously wanted yourself, because your mother was never around when you needed her either. So guys can face the same thing. Now, I said a minute ago that some people see pain as pleasure. Well, here's a small example. Some people have a deathly fear of living in the hood. Who wants to live in the hood? But others consider it the only safe place to be. So too is the same behavior of women in an injured past who see a bad relationship as someplace cozy to be. Not a good relationship. If they didn't grow up with it, that becomes a source of pain. So the more you deal with women who say that you are weak, in actuality she is admitting that you reflect the love that she should have received from her home as a child from her own mother. So this becomes a source of pain. This type of woman has an attachment issues which are often tied to abandonment issues. You see, she may truly feel emotionally dependent on you for constant attention without ever reciprocating that level of concern. So just because you pour into this woman and to an ever deep pit does not mean you're going to get that back. This is because she does not understand that her clinging issues are rooted in feelings of abandonment that have long since passed. A lot of people operate out of their own past, not their future, out of their past. Women with abandonment issues can have difficulties in relationship because the way they uproot the lives of the men they chose to live with. So if they get with them, they destroy it. She may exhibit symptoms such as codependency, clinginess, or manipulative behaviors, but whatever the case may be, there will be a level of tug of war going on there for an outcome that has no basis in reality. It only serves to wreck the relationship. So, let's talk just briefly before we close about how she got here, as well as what abandonment does to the human brain. Because the reason that you're facing this from your woman is because she went through that in the past and it implanted on her brain. Now, emotional abandonment can manifest through loss or separation from a loved one. In this case, she does not have to lose her mother or father in childhood from death for them not to be emotionally there for her. Feeling rejected is a significant component of emotional abandonment, which has a biological impact that it activates the physical pain centers of the brain and can leave an emotional imprint on that brain and that brain's warning system, or what is called the anterior cingulate cortex. The anterior cingulate cortex is where your pains are imprinted upon, and that is activated when she gets in a relationship with you. These causes of abandonment disorder may range from losses of disconnection, in early childhood, such as a parent who is emotionally unavailable there for her. Being there and being emotionally available are two different things. A lot of people are there in the same house, but they're not there in the same house. Childhood neglect due to an alcohol or drug abuse parent, mental illness such as depression, and a parent or caregiver who has mired in their own childhood pains rather than into their child's life. Now, some of these women with abandonment issues tend to push the men they love away for sure. They remain overly guarded and avoid opening up with their men, while others on the opposite end of the spectrum become very needy and codependent. You see, abandonment issues can even lead to emotional volatility with bouts of aggression, which leads to difficulty making lasting relationships. So even a woman who's damaged emotionally can wreck your car, wreck your house, burn your house down. This leads to this vicious cycle where your woman will push you away only to get attached to another man too quickly after the relationship breaks up, then move on just as quickly. This particular form of self-sabotage is what you want to watch out for in a relationship, because she is hell-bent on going down and taking anyone who loves her down with her. In this case, her self-sabotage is when she actively tries to ruin her relationship or make it fall apart, whether consciously or subconsciously. You see, for these particular women, this is such an ingrained behavior that it can be hard to even recognize, let alone stop it. So, for the early morning show, we hope you go ahead and comment on this video, give it a thumbs up, and we see you again next time. This is Charles. See ya!
In my own world, living in my own world. 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 Oh, state of mind.
California dreaming.
Oh, state of mind.
California scheming.
Oh, state of mind.
California is the reason for this golden state of mind. California dreaming. California scheming. California is the reason for this golden state of mind.
Open mind and you'll find what you've been missing. Please don't waste my time and never try to tell me different. There I go again, ignoring my own advice. But take my word for it, man, I've been living nice. Like the bottom of some skis on a January morning. Up in Aspen sipping cocoa. I prefer my women foreign. Don't disturb me if I'm snoring, let me be. Cause you gotta get your rest to be a king. I would not expand your mind, girl, you too fine not to. Don't let me leave with someone that is not you.